log. Okay. Anyway, we can change our text to any other. It doesn't have to be the same as what we have in the representation. So for this, let's just change it to women. Because for someone like Susan, as a busy woman and a family woman, I'm sure she would love to shop in one place for her entire family. So we can do men, duplicates, and then for children. Did someone say something? So I took the liberty of getting my icons ready before I joined the call. You can get icons from some website that I'm going to drop for you. And you can also create yours as well. But it saves time, so download them. So for this part, we need search icon. I just need to copy, Control C or Command C, and drop it here. And we need the hamburger. This 3-line icon is known as hamburger. So we have basically the same thing. Okay, since Susan's Wi-Fi is moving around, let me just lock it and I'll be able to. Yes. Mhm.
Okay, I wanted to ask you something.
Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'll try downloading some of those icons. My issue, or even the pictures for the dresses.
Yes.
My issue was how to bring those pictures to the Figma page. I don't know if I'm not downloading from the icon file that's on the Figma page. If I'm downloading just from Google randomly, how do I get them to the page?
So if you have your download file in your doc, that's where you're using Mac, you can just click on it and drag whatever image you want into Figma, just like I did earlier. You can do it, but if that doesn't work, you can go to your folder, copy and paste. But since most icons are SVG files, you will not be able to copy and paste. Like format, you can't do that. So you have to drag it. Make sure your download is in the doc. Your download folder is in the doc, and you drag it in. Do you understand?
No, I'm trying to. I'm trying to.
When you say doc,
Okay.
you're always saying like because you use a Mac.
So
Okay.
But when you say doc, it is because you use a
there's
Mac.
a web.
I think you should say your screen or your desktop.
Okay.
So let's
Maybe
look
we
for
should just
the
drag the
minus
download
icon
to our
here
desktop.
and search. When you search, you're going to see the minus icon. Let's take this second guy. Oh, apologies. Let's sign it. I really cannot remember my password for this, so I don't think I'll be able to use it. Anyway, you'll be able to, once you're able to download your icon from here. Oh wait, let me try and see if I remember. Okay. Okay, so we're back. Let me do the process again. When you click on, when you click enter to search for the minus, and it shows you the one, you have so many options. So you pick the one you want. So let's just pick, let's say this fourth one now. Get this icon. We're not going for the pro. We're going for the free one, which is basic download. You click on continue. You will see the option for PNG and SVG. You go for the SVG. You have it downloaded. And if you go to the dock, you will see it here already. So let's go back.
Hello, I don't know what's going on. Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, your screen has not been, or my own screen.
It's static,
can
it's not
barely
moving.
see.
Yes.
Yes.
Please rejoin the call. Rejoin the call. Could be your network.
Okay.
So you can click on the download folder in the dock and drag onto the board. So you see, we already have it here, right?
No, I can't. Let me try and rejoin the. Okay, I can see now.
You can say it.
Yeah.
So you can just drag it back in or remove the frame and just take just the minus and take it in and delete the frame. So do you understand now how to import icons?
I believe if I go over it again now, I'll get what you're saying.
Okay, so I said we'll come to this website known as, let me drop the URL in the chat for you. You can get icons from here. So we're looking for minus, right? We already said it before, so enter. We want the fourth one. Are you following?
Yes, yes.
Okay. We downloaded it. We went for the free version, which is the basic download, and we chose the SVG version. There's the SVG version, and then there's the PNG version.
Okay.
So we went for the SVG because PNG is like a picture, an image. Yes. So you don't want that. You want something you can adjust, you can edit.
Okay, I think that's the problem. I was downloading PNG.
As PNG. Yes. So like I said, don't do it as I'm doing it. Just watch and listen. I think that's why you're missing the point.
No, I'm just taking notes. I'm not doing anything. I'm watching you.
So you can drag this into your frame and take it wherever you want. You can adjust it. You can do anything you want with it because it's editable. It's SVG. See, I can expand it, do it anyhow I want, depending on what you want. But we don't want that, so let's just keep it for now. So back to what we were designing before. Is it looking like the top of the website now? Suzanne, don't forget Suzanne here is our logo, the representation of our logo.
Yeah.
Then we have the option for women, men, children, and blog. So let's create a design to, excuse me. I was going to use a different system before. So let's make this highlighted. You can change the weight of the of the text. Let's do semi-bold or maybe bold. Yeah. So it looks different from the other guys, right? Because this is what we want to highlight on. When you over on this in real life, it might look like this, but this is just for the developer to know that, okay, when you click on this, whatever we have on this page is what we want to have there. So now let's work on this, the spacing. 70. Okay. And remember I told you you can space your elements how you want it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I just did. But because I want proper spacing, I'm going to distribute this horizontally and vertically. So now we are on the same page. We finished the header. Another icon that we might need here is a cart, because everybody wants to know what's in, like the number of items they have in their cart without having to go through the menu or something. So let's download the carts icon. We can use this guy. Then size. Like I said earlier, if you don't want icons from all these pages, you can create your own and just name it whatever you want to name it. So okay. So now let's create the images. Don't forget our frame on this side. You can take stuff from the low fidelity and just drag it into this place. And, so now who can tell me the next thing to do from what we did on our low file?
Check the space
Okay.
between the lines, I say.
Okay. We've been able to do that. Then what next? Anybody?
Our images.
Okay. So there are places to download images from. You can check Unsplash. You can check Pixel.
Please,
And
I will think you should just help us test it.
yeah,
let me get my
I will.
sorry.
I will do that. But I need you to listen first. So you can download images from there. And sometimes the clients will provide you images. But for the sake of this task, you can actually use images from this side that have ready-made images. And they are of high quality. Shutterstock will require you to pay for their images. So you don't need something like that yet. You just need to go to the
So
website that have high quality images for free.
which one would you recommend?
Anyone is fine. Anyone is fine. Don't forget that this task it doesn't require you to be perfect. You just have to do your best, try your best. Don't take it too hard. Don't hold it to your chest, but still do well on it.
They're teaching us taking it seriously, so we have to be serious too.
Okay. So another thing I forgot to mention is you can curve your radius. your corner radius rather. You can do this, drag in, drag out. Or you can just come to this side and maybe give it, let's say 10, let's give this one 10. Expand it to accommodate our image. So before this call, I took the liberty of downloading some images. I took them from actual website actually, instead of, so the problem with taking images from actual websites is when they find you doing that, you can be sued. So you go for images that you know are free on the internet. And you can even use Pinterest. So let me just, where's the chat box? Let me put it. Oh, so you guys have not been seeing my screen since?
It's stagnant.
Okay, let me stop sharing and reshare again. Okay. So you can check Unsplash. You can check Pixel. I think Unsplash is unsplash.com. Yeah, Pixel is pixel.com. Please add .com to Unsplash, or you can just search it on Google and go through Google. And you can check Pinterest as well. You can download images from Pinterest. Then shorten stock, you will need to make payments. So you don't need that for now, but have an idea of where you can download high quality images. Then we'll proceed to get the images I already got. And like I said earlier, you can download them and after downloading them, you can drag into Figma, or you can just go to your folder and copy, then paste on Figma. So let's see, looks. Let's just use that image. So notice that there's a background in this picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that there's no background in this one here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a way to remove the background, but sometimes it doesn't work as perfectly as we want it. So sometimes it's just better for you to leave it that way and just replicate the background color. So like I said, later, I'll be sending you the URL for that. So let's move on now. Let's copy the background color here. So that it's going to blend in.
How do you do that?
Oh, there's picker. Okay, it's not working. So, you know what? Let me use another image. To pick a color from it was like you can tap what you want, click on what you want, then you go to the fill option. Come down, you will see the picker tool. Can you see what I'm pointing to?
Yes.
You can click on it and pick whatever color you want.
Okay.
Yes. Or the shortcut is you click on I and let's say this and just click on it. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So let's look at another image that looks better with this. This is way better. Yes. So size and make it the fill of the hedge. So this is the new color we want to pick. Looks blended in a little bit, but to remove the background, you can check, where's the charts? Oh, it's paused again. You can check remove.pg. It's actually user friendly. So it's user friendly, so it will be easy for you to get a hang of it. Or do you want me to do that for you now? What? Anyway, since this is not working, let's create let's say a circle and just mask it. So something like this, we have we'll send it to the back. You can right click on this and send to the back, and highlight both images together, the shape and the image. Then you come here, excuse me, how can I get this off? To the top
Hello,
of the
please, I'm
page.
lost.
We want to mask this image to this shape. So we're bringing this shape behind this, but in a situation whereby the image is in front, I mean, the shape is in front of the image. You click on the image, right click, you will see different options, but click on bring to front. Then you highlight both images, and you click on this guy here that looks like a moon, half moon. It's to mask, or you use the option. So now we have it in circle. We can reshape it to suit our frame and put it here. So this is one way to go about it. If we don't have, since we're not removing the background, and we can create another one. I have another image here. Okay, let's bring back this lady and create a circle. I'll write it in the image to the front. Excuse me. Just it. Okay, so the other one I was going to say is you can right click and just click on this option of use as mask. It's going to mask it. You don't have to go to the top. That place is just faster. And you resize it. To suit what you want. And this makes more sense on this side and this on this side. So do you understand what I did here now?
Yes.
Okay.
You made a swipe.
What did you say?
Said you made a swipe.
Yes, I did. So now I'm checking my spacing. I have it on this side, and I want it on this side too. So it now. And notice when you zoom in, you notice that we have two icons to the sides of these images.
Yes.
So we're picking those icons from here. So we have this here and this to this side as well.
Sorry, I wanted to ask a question.
Please go ahead.
So is it possible to change the color of the icons that you have downloaded?
Yes, it's possible. That's why it's an SVG file.
Okay. How can I do that?
Okay, 1 second, please. Let's align this first and I'll show you. Seven. So for you to change the color of the icon, you just need to tap on the icon. If it's in a frame, you can double click. So this is currently black color. We can change it to, you can suggest a color, please.
Red.
Maybe like gray or something, I don't know.
Okay, yes. So this is gray.
Yes, thank you.
Here too. So do you understand now?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
You're welcome. So for the next part of the page, we are trying to create a banner, a little banner. And adjust it to align to the center. Change the color. Don't forget these images are placeholders. Like I said, you can go to remove.pg to remove the background of your of the image you find online. So that it's going to look exactly like this. Yes. Go ahead. I can hear you. I thought someone was trying to ask a question. Anyway, I'll come back to this to remove the background for you guys. But for now, let's just keep going. This is white color. And we need text on it. So for text, you don't have to go all the way here. There's a shortcut. You just click on T. T is for text, the shortcut. And this is summer 2018 pre-sales. I just write that 2018. Oh, sorry. Summer 2018 pre-sales. And we'll adjust the font style. Sorry. So font style should be which one? And center and give it proper spacing. Then we have some writing under this. We can just use lorem ipsum. So to get your lorem ipsum, you can go to Google and type in lorem ipsum generator. You'll be able to put in dummy text. Lorem ipsum is a dummy text. So for this part, let me do this. And just put this here as our dummy text. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So and then our CTA. Our CTA is 276 by 76. I mean 296 rather. This. We can give this guy a color. Let's give it a shade of purple. That can be our solid color. Or do you want us to go with the theme of the page and just leave it as black? I think we should leave it black. Is are you following?
Yes.
Hello?
Okay. Yes, the black looks nice.
Okay, thank you. So let's make this 700. And this it. And okay. So we have our CTA. For the CTA here, we have shop now with an arrow to indicate that you can actually go shop. So we click on text and make it shop now. Note that you can make your CTA text uppercase and lowercase, so you can just go with uppercase. But in our case, we're using the uppercase, and I want to edit the text to semi-bold. That's for viewer. So there are some fonts that you will see that have lesser options, lesser weight compared to others. Some have light, bold, regular, medium, bold, semi-bold, heavy, black, while some just have maybe regular and bold. So for fonts like that, you will notice that for you to get the entire pack, you have to pay for it. So there's nothing wrong with it, it's just that you have to pay for it. We pick the other icon and wait. And I'm changing the color to white so that I can bring it to the front. I can also resize it by holding down shift and dragging it to the size I want it to be. Or you can do it manually on the right. Change the height and the width. So now we have this. This is bold enough. I think, hold on. Notice that the CTA is distinct on the page. There is no how you on this page that you will not see the CTA. It has a lot of attention to it. That's the point of a CTA. It's a call to action. It's for you to see, like the first thing you see when you're going to say, okay, what's here? Because naturally, human beings, we scan through all these apps with our eyes at first glance. We don't read it. Then if something catches your eyes, you go back to it and you read it. If you've not noticed that about yourself, I think you'll notice now. So I'm adjusting the spacing, 50 px to the left, and I want to do that here as well to the right. Making it. Well, let's do 34. So notice that the alignment is the same here. I mean, the top and the bottom is the same, 16, 16. The one on the side is 34. Now we're going to adjust this as well to be 34. Let's drop it down. And you can group this and check it. Can you see? Is my screen still shared?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So you can see that we have 34 to the left, 34 to the right. 16 at the top, 16 at the bottom. And let's group this and call it our button. This is button. And the center alignment. So can we see that we have somewhat a representation of what we have on the right, right? Apologies. So let's move on to the next one. The options for discounts. That's the next one, right? So download, hold on please. Okay, sorry for that breaking transmission. So now we can go down to the next part of our lo-fi. Am I too fast, too slow, or I'm just communicating? Please let me know.
I'm with
Hello?
you.
I'm following you, but it's somehow a bit difficult. But I'll watch the video later.
Okay. Please, what part is difficult?
I lost you for a moment, but don't worry. I shouldn't take you back. I'll watch the video.
All right. How about others? It's sounding to me like just two people are following me.
We're here.
Okay, it's good to hear your voice. So let's put images of
Hello,
plants.
ma. Hello, ma.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I missed the part where you upload these two pictures here. I missed that part. Can you please help me out with it?
I just did another one now again. So let me do that again. I came to my doc because I already downloaded them. All I did is just come to my doc to drag them here. And we cannot do that. You can copy and paste. Do you understand?
Okay, all right. Ma, is it that I'll go to Google to go and download all the pictures, or there's a template, there's a plugin?
So
for
in
it?
the chat box, I input some website names that you can get images from.
Okay, all right.
But these images are actually from an actual website.
Okay, all right.
That's why I said you can't use these images because if it's out there, if you use it to design for one client and they find out, you can be sued. That's why it's usually good to go to either get your own images, either the client gives you their images or you source for them on a paid website or a free one.
Okay,
As the case may be.
all right, no problem. Thank you, ma.
Anytime. So we have this, and let's bring in one more. Let's say this red part. No. Let's say this name. Okay, so we have, oh, sorry, I think it's already complete. So we have our three images here. So we can actually give you more space. And expand. This is. Okay, so this is the mind. And distribute them evenly. Remember, we have a discount representation here, and that's because one of our, two tool has that. So bring this to the front. And we can put now this one. Remember we brought in a minus icon, right? And was it rejoice that asked now we're going to edit it? So pay attention. You can resize, let's resize this circle. To be a little bit obvious. It's too tiny. So let's give it 20% discount. This is 20. %20 off. Let's make it off as so 20% off. Change the font size to 15. So this is me checking out if it's properly aligned. So we have 20% off, or we might as well just leave it as 20% since we already have the minus icon in front, and align this to the circle. Do you understand so far?
Yes.
Okay. So moving on, making this.
Yes.
Since the color of our city is black, let's just change it to white, and this is this black color. Okay, so we can so we can proceed to group them and duplicate it for the other parts. That is this guy here. Then you notice that there's a description at the bottom here with the price of the outfit. That's to show you that for every design, there's supposed to be a description for what you're doing. It could be, if you have a representation of, since it's an e-commerce website, if you have an image somewhere, you need to indicate that this is what it is. So in our own case, we have these jackets, this double-breasted jacket and the single-breasted jackets, as well as the pants. So we can just name it single-breasted and double-breasted and then pants. So let's do that. Don't forget your alignment. You must always check your alignment. It must be aligned. So we can use this, duplicate it to use it to, excuse me. You can use this to say, let's give it, since there's dollar sign, let's just give it $200. And we have to increase the size of it so that it to be bold. We can give it 24. You can either center align, left align. It's not appropriate to right align here. So let's center align. I think center align is fine. But since we are giving it a 20% discount, we can, what's the 20% discount for $200? Somebody help with that, please.
$180.
Okay, thank you. So this can be 180. And we can then cross this in the text. So you will notice that there's 3 buttons here, like the menu bar for the text to display the details. You will see the option to cross your text, and you can do that.
Sorry, how did you get that icon that popped up?
What icon?
Where you get the cross and then the symbol of the currency.
The symbol of the currency is at the top of number 4. So you press shift and click on it. For the cross, you go to the bottom of text, click the menu bar, and you see decoration, you see dash, you see underline, you see strike. So we went for the strike. And that's what we have here. This does not have discount, so let's just do this, duplicate, just pull it here. Then we'll change the name to double-breasted. Since there's no discount here, let's leave this as $250. And we can remove this. There's discount here as well. I'm going to proceed to the next one. Drag. Notice that I duplicated and dragged here. Okay, so because we want attention on the name of the laser, we can change our color of this to
Sorry to.
Please don't be sorry. You can disturb to ask your question. So go ahead, please. Oh, okay, and that is Nepal.
All right, sorry to drag you back.
Please go ahead.
Please, how did you for the strike on the 200? Please, how did you do that? My network went, so you were explaining that, please. Thank you.
You go to text. You go to text. At the bottom, you will see 3 dots. You click on it. You will see alignment, decoration, list style, paragraph, indents. Strike through is the decoration. So you click on strike through. That's what we did. Do you understand now?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. So the next one is this guy here. Apologies for the delay. It should be restored soon. But for now, pardon with explaining. I hope you can see the screen. So we'll move on to the next one. Please pay attention here. Here we have 30%, right? So let's like text the 30%. And increase the size to this no. Let's edit it. And reduce the opacity. Either you reduce the opacity or you reduce, you change the color to a lighter one. Can you see what I'm doing? we do it that way. Either ways, we're trying to make it lighter than the background. Than the other text. So we have 30% here. Even though it's lighter, it should be legible too. And we're bringing another text. Let's just keep using the Lorem Ipsum. You can make your text anything. You can edit it to be anything. For this, we're just going to give it. So I can give you Lorem Ipsum. Okay, so we'll have the CTA down here. So that's our button, and duplicate it. So our CTA here is shop now as well. Let's just make this color and this one show here. Apologies, trying to change the color. Okay, then we have the image here. So let's bring this lady here. Can I actually make it like this? And or we can do what we did earlier and just mask it. To font and mask. Is it looking like what we have on the right? Okay. Joyce, apologies for that. Please tell me where you got lost. Hello? Is anybody still on this call?
Yes.
So Rejoice said I'm not beginner friendly, and I want her to take us back to where she lost the explanation.
I believe I will get it as soon as I watch the video a second time.
Okay, but what part?
You far to mix or not mix. Just continue, I will get it.
This is me trying to go back, so please help me. Rejoice. I'm here to help you through the task. So please, if you don't understand, just let me know what part and I can go back to it, please. Hello. Can Rejoice hear me? Is she still on this call? Hi, Rejoice.
Please, I'm getting it from the point. Like I can easily grab it. Just continue. I get everything you're doing. Just continue. It was initially when you asked the question that I tried to give that response, but that was then. Thank you.
So moving on to the next one. The next part is the text here, right? So let's bring down Lorem Ipsum. I'm duplicating it and dragging it to this point. And I'm going to check and center line. Do you understand what I did here? I replicated, instead of having to copy this, I just duplicated this and dragged it to the bottom here. And I'm making sure it's not too far away from the image here, so that it's going to look exactly like what we have in our inspiration. So for the sake of our time, let me just duplicate this for the other part. And I'm going to resize the image just to be able to accommodate 4. To resize it, I have my cursor here and my other hand on shift, and I'm dragging. So again, to resize this, I put my cursor here, but instead of dragging like that, I'm just holding it down. You press down your cursor and use your other hand to hold down shift, then you drag. That way, you can adjust it however you want. So let's adjust this and duplicate it for the others. I'm trying to check the spacing. And adjust it. Do you understand what I did here now? I resized this, duplicated it to other parts so that we don't have to bring in more images. But for your task, you should be able to bring in more images. And I will also replicate this for the next slide. All you need to do here is just resize what you have here to accommodate 4 images as against the 3 images that we have at the top here. Then the next one, let me increase this. I'm expanding our desktop frame holding command down, clicking on it and dragging to expand it. Then I'm recreating this the same way I replicated it in the low file. Highlighting it, duplicating it, Ctrl D, and dragging it down. Just so that I won't have to do this again, I'll group this together and swap it with this guy here. I'm sure you still remember how I mentioned it in the low file. Then we change this to 200 plus. 200 plus. Plus is also on your keyboard, so you can swap it. I mean, you can press Ctrl Shift. Shift rather, and then the button to be able to click on plus. But since we are making it the same color, just have to make it and change the color. Let's choose it. We need to pick the color and then save it. Do you understand what I did there?
Yes.
Anybody? Okay, thank you. Please, if there's anything you don't understand, I'll be glad to go back. So we have this looking like this already. This looking like this already. Down here at the bottom could be the name of the brands that sell on this platform. So can you name me a fashion brand so that we'll just include hers here?
Fashion Nova.
Okay, we have Fashion Nova. Oh, excuse me. Let me change the text. So we have Fashion Nova. Another one, please.
Pretty Little Thing.
What did you say?
Pretty Little Thing.
Pretty Little Thing. Okay.
Mango.
Thank you. I'm hearing just one person's voice. Can others to please talk?
Vintage.
Vintage. Thank you. Someone else, please. Anybody?
Atmosphere.
Thank you. And let me add one last one. Yes. Okay, so let's align them. Please don't forget that your alignment is very, very important. If you don't align them, it's going to look like a child scribbled all over your website. So it's always good to align as you go so that it will not be overwhelming when you get done. Okay, so we have our own designer brand.
Sorry to take you back. Hello?
Sorry, I think your audio is muted.
Apologies. So I was saying that we're going to design our footer here and add all the necessary informations that we need. And I'm sure some people will be wondering how this was created, that the image still looked like an actual image, and it's in that's 6, 7, 8, 9 frames, 9 squares rather. So should I do that for you, or you don't need that? I think I should. So let's create that on the side first. We have a small rectangle. That's size. Let's do 150 by 150. We can create it in Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes.
So we have our whole 9 frames. And let's use this today. I think our only image is bolder than any other person's own. So going back in. And remember how I told you we can mask images, right? Okay. So let's do it one by one so that you get what I'm trying to do. So I'm using this as mask as well. And moving on to the next, I'm going to create 9 of this. So I have this. So we're going for 9 of this. Oh, apologies, I think I already deleted something. Yes, and I'm sorry for dragging this for too long. Um, Sorry, I've over duplicated this, so I have to delete them. Okay. Do you understand what I'm doing?
Yes, I do. Is it possible to do all of them at the same time though?
I'm doing it one by one so that you'll be able to,
Understand?
yes, and the fact that I want it to look exactly like an Instagram post. So and I guess this is the last one. So then can you see that it looks exactly like what we have in the picture? So we group this and move to the frame. So looking like a footer. Do you understand now? So I think we should change the color of our footer. So this is so I bring two phones. Okay. Okay, hold on, please. I'm trying to bring the image back to the front. I don't know what I'm laptop. Anyway, you can always change the color of this guy to look for it so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So make this footer. Notice I extended it to the last part, just so that it looks exactly like what we have in our inspiration here. I'll bring it down so that I can see it. And you can add anything you want to add to it. Don't forget our alignment. We have 100 px on the left and on the right. This is supposed to be our Instagram post, and it's a bit big, so we reduce the size. And for the line, so we have it replicated here for this part. We can change this to semi-bold and check. Yes, perfect. So who can tell me the next thing we're supposed to add according to this inspiration? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we are here.
So what's next?
The footer text,
The what?
the text in the footer, like the social media icon, the brand location, and like
Okay. Let's have this here. Change the color to white so that it will be obvious and readable. The font is so tiny, I can't see. So we'll just put our dummy text here and make sure it looks something similar to what we have there currently. I think I forgot to put the we'll need some generator. That's where you get dummy text. You can just type that into Google so that you'll be able to get your dummy text. You can copy as much as you want. Then the next part is the latest news. Let's just call our own. Okay, we can still name this latest news blog. Anyone, any blog or Twitter or tweets, latest tweets. You can call has latest tweets and just proceed. Here we can call this contact. We can call this contact, this latest news, then the last one is a category. So for here, we can duplicate just a little bit of the remixer. Category. And just drop down. Like I said, it's a dummy text. You can use it as much as you want. Then for the latest news, you can also continue using the dummy text and so we'll create another dummy text for this. This is taking some time because it requires me adjusting and readjusting. Let me reduce this, it's taking so much space. Notice that I aligned the text to the to the left. And so for it to look exactly like this, we have to create more lines and reduce change the color or probably reduce the opacity of the text. I'm going to go through all of this again. First, let me design it. Let me finish designing it. Let's just have this. And what's today's date, somebody, please?
20th August. 20th August.
Okay, it's fine. Let me just leave it as August. Then this option here, pass through, can actually reduce the opacity of the color. It will reduce it drastically, or you can just change the opacity on the sidebar of the field color. Since we have white as our field color for the text here, we can just reduce it carefully so that it's not going to disappear into the background. I think this is okay for it, and we can create another line. Don't forget to hold shift down so that it will be a straight line, and align it. And then we'll make it white as well. But we also reduce the opacity to maybe 60 or 50, anyone, just for it to be obvious enough. And this side too. Okay, so we can just duplicate this
Hi, Mojalade.
since it's a dummy text. What?
Hi, Mojalade. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Okay, so we might have to end the call in a few minutes. So is there a way you can round up? Yes.
Okay. So let me just add the icons for the social media and the copyrights.
Okay.
So I have the socials here. Okay. Sorry. So you can get these social icons from where I showed you the other time. And if you don't, you can check flaticons.com. Flaticons.com, don't forget. Flat as in flat. Icons.com. So because our background is black, I'm changing the colors to white. And we can just change this to follow us on. Proceed to this. Do you understand?
Yes.
So what I did here was use the dummy to represent contact, latest tweets, the category, as well as the Instagram frame picture. So from the top, just to run through it quickly, we have the categories of gender they cater for, that as women, men, children, blog. Since Susan is looking for a website that she can shop in one place, and for the conference she's going to, which is the formal event, she needs somewhere she can shop for formal outfits. And this has formal written all over it. We have our sketch, we have our lo-fi, and then we have our hi-fi. So look closely now. Does our lo-fi look exactly like our hi-fi? Please, I need responses. I'm trying to finish up.
Yes, it does.
Then our inspiration, does it look like our hi-fi?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
So whatever you do, sometimes what you have on your sketch or your lo-fi can change when you get to hi-fi. Maybe something popped up in your head and you say, okay, let me just add this. Because take a look at this 30%, it's not in our lo-fi, but then we still added it in our hi-fi. Stuff like that can be changed, you understand? Same with all these texts, and even images, you can decide to add something else. But one thing is for sure, always start with your pen and paper, or maybe a pen and paper software like Balsamic. But for now, I think you're good to go with pen and paper. Just put your ideas on paper, get to your lo-fi, and move on to your hi-fi. Have I been able to explain enough? Can you get through with your task with this? And you can actually copy this from this Figma, but since all of you have access to the link. Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
I hear you.
And
Yes, we can hear you.
you can use the colors, the icons there, you can use them as well, or you can download your own. The typography I used was Gilroy, and we use Poppins as, I can't remember who suggested it, as a logo, because Susan is now our logo. Then the dummy text, you can get it on Google. Just type in Lorem Ipsum generator. I think I dropped it in the chat box. Yeah, and I think that's
Yes,
that.
we did.
Any questions?